All right, we're doing this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Torn Tuesday. We're live, and we've got so many special friends with us. Little teases here and there. My name's Justin, and my Lord and Savior is Sauron. But my co-host is the producer of Ringers, Lord of the Fans, Mr. Clifford Broadway.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the OneRing.net Torn Tuesday. This is our post-traumatic stress disorder show. I mean, it's our post-Comic-Con show. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that we all just survived. The big experience at San Diego Comic-Con is now behind us, but barely by 48 hours. And we're all here to gather and talk about all the mischief, the parties, the events, and the excitement that we all experienced there. Welcome to our show. Justin, good to have you here as always. And here's Jessica from Fellowship of Fans and our Discord joining us to bring insights and everything delightful. It's going to be an amazing show. And also there is Varking Rune Song. He is a Green Lantern now, and he's amazing. And he's going to talk with us about all things Dwarvish and DC Comics. We're going to talk about DC Comics. It's going to happen. This is the show where the Venn diagram of J.R.R. Tolkien and DC Comics and everything else comes together. Welcome to the show, everybody.
What an intro.
I'm good at that. Yeah.
What a stud.
You know, Cliff, you're Beautiful. So good at it. Could you do Hall H? I wonder if Amazon forgot to give you the call when they needed an MC for Hall H.
This is what I do. I drink and I know things.
And one of those things probably, amazing week at Comic-Con. Thank you to everybody that came to our panel. 2,500 people packed our audience room. I mean, that pales in comparison to Hall H, where over 6,500 people packed to see season 3. Here's what we're going to do on the show. We've got so much news to cover in the last week. There were so many reveals, and it was such short time. I'm going to show you everything, a lot of stuff that we had at Comic-Con, some of the exclusives. And the chat room is way ahead of me because I was running the booth. I never saw the Rings of Power Season 3 trailer. That's right. I haven't watched it yet. So by the end of this show, I'm going to watch it here with you live. I asked Amazon to whitelist our YouTube account. So I expect that we're just going to watch it together and you're going to see my live reaction. And I think I'm going to have some questions for this panel after we watch that trailer.
Did you get a confirmation that they actually whitelisted?
Does Amazon give confirmations on anything?
I don't know, but maybe you shouldn't show it on the stream just in case. We can just watch it, because I'm sure everyone in the chat has probably seen it besides you.
And I understand there's a second video that was in Hall H that was released yesterday. Anyway, so before we jump into other stuff, talk to me about Hall H. I don't know anything that happened there. How long was it? Did they show the trailer first and then the cast? Like, walk me through Hall H experience.
Yeah. Jess, would you like to kick that off?
I was gonna say, you want to lead off? I mean, I was trying to recall things from Hall H. Don't recall anything because it was such a whirlwind and it was just a new experience for me. I was in the cage, which is the like press area pressed up against the stage, which, how did I get there? Couldn't tell you, but that's where I ended up. And it was just like, I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, first of all. So being that close to the stage, I mean, walking through Hall H is itself an experience that I've never had before, and overwhelming. And I didn't know where I was going. We were following this guy. He was like, "You want to go to the cage?" I was like, "Sounds scary. Let's do it." So, you walk from the back of the hall and then we're kind of meandering our way around. And I'm like, where the hell are we going? All the way around the stage, Varking all the way around up until you get to the front where you got to stand the whole time, but you're standing, and I'm like got my arms on the stage like this, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, don't recall a single thing that happened after that, but I did.
So you
get
were in the pit. Did you mosh?
I mean, I was probably making some sort of noises like of awe, and yeah, it was it was crazy. So we did get the trailer that everyone got. So of course, watching it, I'm like, this is a lot because there's also these screens that go to the side, which I didn't know that was happening. I thought I was just going to have to look at the one screen, but no, there's these like screens that go off to the side and they're showing stuff on all of them. And so I'm like whipping my head around, and yeah, so didn't take it in, had to watch it after to really see what was going on. But it was amazing to experience, and I can't imagine a first Comic-Con experience uh, any better than that. I mean,
Well, last one in
we
the
were right
chat
there.
room is saying if you're leaning on the Hall H stage, that means you were on the Hall H stage. So your first Comic-Con ever, and you're on Hall H stage. Cliff, how long did it take you to get on Hall H?
How long did it take me to get into Hall H? You mean like I didn't even get to see it. This particular Comic-Con, I arrived on late Saturday night, and I'd missed the Hall H presentation for Amazon and for T-Rop. Sorry about that, kids. But if the question is, how long does it take for me to get there? You can't book enough time ahead of you. You have to push your way through 500,000 people in the exhibition hall. You can't walk there quickly. You can't get there. So you have to give yourself a lot of lead time just to get in there if you're working as press, which I've done in the past, or anything. But a lot of folks were camping out overnight to get a chance to see that big Hall H presentation. And there's been infamous moments where celebrities came out and brought donuts to them. You know, all that stuff has happened before. But yeah, I'm afraid that the magic of Hall H is something I have to say I'm experiencing separately, and just, separately from all
All
of
right,
you.
well, then Varking,
Sorry.
this has been your second or third Hall H. How's it compared to the first two seasons?
So for the Rings of Power specifically, in previous seasons, they would bring out the host, and the host was always a celebrity actor or TV show host. For this particular Hall H, they went with a cast member. They allowed Benjamin Walker, Gil Galad, the High King, to host the panel. And I gotta say, I think out of everybody for the third time, he, to me, did it the best. And part of that, I think, is in previous seasons, the Rings of Power invited a tremendous amount of cast members, and there was a lot of people up on stage. And for this season 3, there was far fewer. It was almost like one person or two people to represent each of the racial storylines in the show. And it just felt a little bit snappier. Like Jess was saying, not every panel makes use of the side screens in Hall H. I know Percy Jackson did not, but the Rings of Power was like playing footage on the screen in front of us, and then on the sides, they would throw up like this person is playing this character, and they had like all the new cast members on the sides of the. It was crazy, but like the craziest part was at one point they're sitting there talking, and Benjamin Walker is having a back and forth with Charlie Vickers, and they stop talking, and all of a sudden these new creatures come out with a crazy name. I'm gonna try to say it. I'll try to say it one time. I think they're called the Nazgnuls.
Nazgul.
And they came out on stage and they held up their swords and they were kind of intimidating. And then I'm not sure if they had instructions on when to leave. So Ben and Charlie were trying to give them those instructions out loud, and it was a really, really funny moment. But I thought the panel was the best that it has been so far through 3 seasons. I thought the host was the best through 3 seasons. And then I honestly,
Really?
truly
Better
deep
than
down believe.
Colbert. Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Colbert spent a little time fighting with audience members, and I wasn't too fond of that. But
yes, God.
I also think that it helps where the show is, that we have a very good idea of where the story is, and we're not doing so much of the build-up now, where now we can really see the actions of things that have been kind of for 2 seasons, we've been setting the tone on where things were going. Well, now we're there, and the footage reflected that. And I think that it was overall the best Hall H footage that they have shown as well. And then there was a surprise. I don't want to ruin it because I want to let Justin see it live. And we'll get there.
All right. Well, man, if we can't have a open conversation without me watching it, maybe I should watch this trailer. I was gonna hold it to the end of the show, but if you guys are saying there's stuff worth talking about, and I see Nerd of the Ring is in the chat room. I see everybody's in the chat room being very respectful of spoilers. All right, let me see it. Let's hope this works, folks.
Don't stream it.
I'm gonna stream
it.
I'm gonna stream it. Amazon, I know you're watching. Do not copyright us.
Please. If you sent the text,
you put in the whitelist request.
I personally asked
everyone loves
a certain person. Okay, all right, here we go. So I got it up on YouTube. This is the first time watching it. Oh, wait, okay, hold on.
That's right. To all the people in the chat, Jimmy Mack and other friends, we're waiting to see his reaction right now to the teaser.
He's gonna live react to the trailer that he hasn't seen.
Yeah, bring it. Bring your popcorn.
Wait, I've got to show you guys my bingo cards. So Tiwa Tolkien made some Hall H bingo cards of what she expected to see. We could all fill out ourselves.
Okay.
Of what we expected to see in Hall H. So I'm gonna show you mine real quick. That's my bingo card. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. So
on the upper left, hammer hits one ring. That's cute.
This is what I expected to see in the trailer that I'm about to watch. A hammer hits the one ring. There's a third breakfast with Harfoots or something. I don't know. We see the light tree again. Like from the first stage prologue. The words
one of the two trees.
Yeah, the words "the nine" are spoken somewhere. I don't know, voiceover. Harfoots. There's been a lot of debate up to now whether the Harfoots are in season 3. Torrin is reporting they are. Fellowship of Fans is reporting they're not. So I'm putting that in my center square. Dwarf brother. We get a named dwarf brother. That's my prediction. Okay, no hugs in this trailer. I don't want to see any hugs.
Ha 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 ha! Funny.
Celeborn is thought dead. I'm leaving. I left this kind of open, but in this trailer, I expect some character, some voiceover, to acknowledge that Celeborn has been dead or long dead. And of course, Sauron loves to say that many names, and I'm wondering if this trailer will show. So that's my bingo card. I wish I could compare notes with other people, but that is long past. So let's dive into the
that's hilarious
trailer of Rings of
Power. Before you start it,
what? Go ahead.
Before you start it, Gene in the chat said, "Get ready for the stream to end." Will they just cut it off? Or will they just take it down and you'll have to get it back up and we'll lose the chat? But we can get the
archive down later. Really?
We'll be fine now.
Yeah. If we get cut, I'm gonna restart the YouTube video URL might change, but we'll be live immediately after. I'll just go live again.
Okay.
Please, Amazon.
Are we gonna hear it?
Don't hurt us.
This is fun. I don't know. Who cares?
All right, here we go. Rings of Power. I wonder how accurate I'm going to be wrong.
Season 3 teaser trailer.
Oh my goodness.
Now is the mighty hour come. The Dark Lord is on the brink of crafting a new power. One ring to rule them all.
Oh yeah.
He's got armies scouring Middle-earth. Middle-earth will burn. Has it not yet occurred to you? Death might well be the price of saving it. Trying to get back to you.
No.
There are no friends of Mordor here. Come with me. The Dark Lord. We have to stop him. The shadow rises in Middle-earth. How would you like to rise with it?
I like what I'm seeing.
Got those
Oh
bump
my
gooses.
gosh.
Wowzer
I
browser.
like what I'm
But-
seeing, guys.
Justin.
No
Justin.
Harfoots. No Harfoots. Nobody said the words the 9. So there's a lot of pieces missing, it seems, from your bingo card.
I would
Post-
like to give Justin a small break though,
Yeah.
and humbly request you play the new creature feature that I think
Yes.
IGN has. And
Creature
then
feature.
I think
Ooh.
that's what it's called. I think it's on IGN's page.
Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Let's search for IGN. Why did it do this? I don't want
IGN's YouTube.
chatbots. Yeah, IGN's YouTube. Where's IGN? IGN. And everyone should say, why would there be a video on IGN's page? Because Rings of Power and IGN partnered on the big Comic-Con party. While I'm bringing this up, you guys want to talk about the party?
Yeah, so the party was wild. It was almost like being in San Diego Comic-Con, the conventions, like trying to get into something crazy. I don't know. I don't really attend the parties like that. You know, I'm getting old, but the line was insane. But when we get in there, we were amongst the first of the nerds to be allowed inside. So when we walked in, we were able to go right to our left and take some photos with the Nazguls.
Wait,
Then
they
we
were
got
like
to walk
walking
like a-
around the party?
Oh, they were standing there, swords up, ready for you to come over and take a photo.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, seemed like cool dudes, but they weren't very social. I don't know what was going on there. I had a couple questions for them, but I guess they weren't taking any. Then from there, you were able to walk. I don't know if it was a blue carpet or a red carpet, but take some photos from Getty, and then they had the Dark Lord's throne sitting there for you to go sit on and take a
Ooh.
picture video. It's like a 4-second where it would scroll, so you could like move in it and get this dope photo. That was pretty awesome. And then we did have a little
party
surprise.
was across the street on a rooftop from the big Sauron posters. So the whole thing is you could just look over the wall, and there's your eye level with Sauron.
Somebody's asking, was it actually the guys in costume or statues? It was the guys. It was the guys. It was the regular people.
Yeah,
'cause
we
they,
were told
they would like
the
change
stunt
poses a little bit for
actors.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I did see, because I was working the booth, so I had to pack up the booth and go back to the hotel. So I was late to the party, but I got there just in time to see a big Nazgul thing in the streets on 5th Street, right there on 5th and Market. The Nazgul kind of like were right under the Sauron banner and above everybody in the crowd, and they just kind of stood there and waved their swords around, and there was smoke. Is that basically what they did in Hall H?
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, they didn't do any stunts or try to like sword fight or anything in Hall H either. You know, limited space, and I think with the way the lights are set up and the way their masks are, not too much vision, so they kind of need to be
I don't think they
instructed where
could
to go.
see, yeah, at all to get their cues.
And they were probably dying. It had to be so
Yeah.
hot.
I
Yeah.
do.
But there was
Humidity
one
and heat was
surprise.
Yeah.
There was a surprise at the party about 35, 40 minutes into it. They swapped out the DJs, and our new temporary DJ became DJ Kelleborn, aka Jamie Campbell Bauer. And he didn't just play random music. Everything he played, I watched him up there. He was singing it too. It was great. The dude killed it.
Do you
It was
think
really
it
good.
was themed to Celeborn, where was the song choice related to Celeborn?
I'm gonna 100% say no. I think these were just songs he really liked.
I do want to say in the chat, Matt is here, Nerd of the Rings, and his buddy Keaton was the one who helped me and Northy figure out where the heck we were going in the first place. And he took some amazing pictures of the Naznagal on stage and later when they were in the street. And they were so, so cool. So, Matt, I don't know if you like can drop Keaton's @ in the chat, but his pictures were so, so cool. And he was really, really nice. It was nice to meet him. And he was, yeah, just check out his pictures. I think they're on Matt's page and he's probably linked his stuff. I mean, they're sick.
There's a bunch of videos
on his editing team. He's a great guy and a friend of Torn. Yeah.
He's awesome.
And there were a bunch of influencers were live streaming and posting videos of that event. But as someone that since I wasn't in Hall H, this was my first interaction with Rings of Power Season 3, and just having 4 Nazganal up on a platform,
Naznagal. Try it again.
Like just kind of like waving a sword around like my 6-year-old does, and then that was it. And then like there wasn't even a fake sword fight or anything. They just kind of stood there and like went woo woo woo. It was interesting, and a lot of fans on the street were like, "That's it, okay," and then we all went on our way.
That's a fair assessment. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I've got a 4-minute video where at the end I was like, "Ah, I wonder, if that's exactly what they were planning." Now, Justin, to set the tone of this creature feature, there's a little bit of footage you've already seen of the creatures, but there is some very new shots in here that are only in this creature feature, and one that is flat out amazing.
Okay. Well, I have questions on the original trailer, but let's watch this creature feature.
This is the season which is really going to give the fans what they've been waiting for. It's very powerful, very dark. The various creatures that we've created is very intense.
We get to see the Balrog take on this rooted, nuanced, layered look. We've seen the flame many times now, but what does it look like when it's simmering? For people who are fans of Tolkien, to be able to see something like that on screen, it's really kind of amazing.
Hey, pause. The Balrog wasn't in the actual trailer. We just saw the lava and Feanor's hammer, but I didn't see the Balrog in the trailer. So this is new information.
We have the most incredible prosthetics team making the most amazing monsters.
Season 3 is definitely a different beast for us. Had a lot more dialogue with orcs, and we've had several hero orcs.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Hello. We always work very closely with VFX, and I think throughout Season 3 there were quite a lot of elements that we had to go hand in hand. There is this seamless blend between all the different techniques that come together to create things.
I am taken across the desert on this giant Mumakil. It's got war armor on it.
We're going to get on this. Can you believe this? This kit is extraordinary. Here we go.
Jason with his team. When you talk about magic, there's very little that I do that isn't massively enhanced by them.
I love to approach a creature like I'm an actor who is taking on that character, how they would move, how they would act. And when you talk about like fell beasts, Tolkien talked about them as, he might have referenced a pterodactyl. These are creatures that flap and then rise and then fall.
It really brings these creatures to life. It adds to the magic and gives you that feeling that you're really in Middle-earth.
Into my lair.
One of the things that will surprise people this season is that we get to hear the voice of our Balrog.
The Balrog has dialogue. What? That alone was a crazy sort of undertaking. And our brilliant and amazing casting director, Theo Park, said, "What about Simon?"
My dad read me The Hobbit, and I can remember him doing all the voices. So it's been a big part of my life, I guess, since I was a little boy.
He said one of his children has a little Balrog toy, so I think he was thrilled to be able to bring that to life.
To be given the opportunity to play such a pivotal character was such an exciting prospect.
What?
Now I know you're immediately thinking, why didn't Durin just catch the blade with his crown, right?
Yeah,
And maybe he'd
that's
still
what I'm
be here.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your flabbers look gasted.
All I'm thinking about is the critic episode where they parody Jurassic Park and the Velociraptor starts talking like an English gentleman. Perhaps I've said too much.
Doesn't that happen in the actual movie though? And like he's asleep, he fell asleep, and he like sees it happening.
Yeah,
what am I thinking of?
I remember the internet reaction when the leaks came out that said the Raptors talked to Alan Grant, and everyone's like, "What? What is this? The Balrog's gonna talk?" First off, the blue Balrog looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is sick. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here.
Immediate response from Matt, Nerd in the Rings. He says, getting ahead of it, there is no lore reason why the Balrog cannot talk. So, yes, that should be stated
that's fine.
first.
Cliff,
first.
Haven't I said since season 1 that this show gets good when animals and creatures talk?
Yes, always.
I've always been a proponent of this. I'm okay with Balrogs talking and eagles talking and foxes thinking and everything. Don't you guys agree? Like, let's get more creatures talking.
Simon Pegg deserves this particular spot, and here's another reason why. And we're going to dial back to his amazing, iconic voice work that he did for the Netflix series The Dark Crystal. And he had to recreate the voice of the Chamberlain, the evil Skeksis, who has the most distinct and very weird voice and vocal tics. Very well known, infamous. And Simon Pegg came in and recreated the voice perfectly after it had not been done for 45 years. So he can do anything, and I think that he can do this too. Just want to say that up front.
Yeah. Plus, I think canonically, I think that's how Durin's Bane got the dwarves to keep digging. He was like, pss, 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 like he was like summoning the cats to him. That's how he did it. He was like, here, kitty, kitty, but with the dwarves. And then they went down there a little bit too deep. But yeah, the blue look of him, totally sick. Obviously, they already do great CGI. I like the fact that when they had Simon there to read the lines, he was also on set with Charlie to like read them in front of him, so they're not just in separate rooms. There was also a spot in that footage where if you pause it, they show some of the dialogue on the screen. But I just think that shot at the very end of Sauron catching the Balrog blade with his crown is, I mean, it means he's stronger than Durin the Third, which is upsetting, but that's probably accurate. And so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but gosh, the way that looks, insane work that they do with the VFX on the show.
It's looking really, really cool. And if Morgoth could talk to Ungoliant, and Morgoth could have conversations with all of his other Balrogs back in the day, I see no reason why Sauron wouldn't have some conversation with this one now.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The Balrog is a Maiar, the same as Sauron, the same as Gandalf. They're the same race.
Yes. Whether they're the same spiritual being. Yes.
So do we think that that Sauron is there to battle the Balrog, like Gandalf was there to battle the Balrog?
I get a feeling he was there to bargain. He was there to make that Faustian deal. There you go. He's bringing the devil's deal. He was there to make a deal with the Balrog. And so the conversation is something I'm looking forward to hearing, really.
That is so interesting. All right, let's unpack this trailer bit because I have questions. First off, this all looks great. You know, a forge, the ring. I'm not happy with this.
Even that part looks great to you.
This is a flashback.
We love him.
This is a
Here
flashback.
He is.
Look at that glow, and look how happy she is, and her hair looks different in this shot than the rest of the trailer. So this is definitely a flashback. We like flashbacks. They open every season on a flashback. I'm okay with that. He's just well, okay. We'll get there.
You think this is the one opening the season?
I think this is a flashback opening the season. Yes. this is a beautiful. Is there any reference, Cliff, to other elves dancing in the forest like this? Are they alluding to more lore without by bringing these characters into a situation?
There, even in The Hobbit, the elves, the Sylvan elves under Thranduil, were feasting and dancing and talking before they were rudely interrupted by a couple of starving dwarves who were part of Thorin's company. So if I would bet you that there's dozens of examples of that kind of merrymaking with the elves. You know, even when Bilbo arrives in the Valley of Rivendell for the very first time, he can hear the distant singing of the elves, and they're making fun of him, and they're making fun of his heavy waist, and they're making fun of the dwarves and their wagging beards. So the elves have a very, very tongue-in-cheek sense of humor, and I'm sure they love to celebrate as much as anyone, of course. Jessica, what do you think about that? There might be some deeper lore point that may have been mentioned somewhere else.
I'll be honest, Cliff, I have no idea what you just said. I was in the chat.
Okay.
Well, I will say this.
That's fine. That's
but
fine
I
too.
definitely probably have thoughts on whatever you just said. If you just
They are
give me a
dancing
little...
in a glade. They are not hugging. So I'm sticking to my bingo card. I didn't want any hugs, and this is not a hug. This is a dance. So
kind of like a hand hug.
Right. There was a hug somewhere, but was there one hug somewhere? Anyway.
So what's going on here? Is this the ring script?
Yeah, that's the forge.
It looks like it.
That's the ring forge in the Samath Hour at the crack of doom.
Does he put the ring script on anything besides the ring?
Not canonically.
We don't know anything about that, but it's interesting that it's carved into the stone, and the stonework is being used for the molten pour of the gold. So I kind of get that.
Okay. The Crebain are cool. I love the energy. I love the energy of this whole trailer and the Dark Lord. Yeah.
Go back to him. Go back to my boy.
Who's
no,
hand
not that. Go back.
Wait.
Who's the character next to the orc? Let me see.
A Rondir.
That is a Rondir, isn't it?
But how about our new Uruk friend?
Yeah.
This is my friend. This is Marnook.
Marnook. That's the Marnook character.
Yes.
Like the dog? Like the big dog?
No, that's Marmaduke. This is Marnook. And he is our new orc friend. And I love him. And he is baby girl for me.
We're baby girling the orcs now?
This one who is like, he looks so cool. And then he was in the creature feature and he was like, hello. And he was so cute. And so I have unfortunately placed all of my hopes and dreams on Marnook. And
I'm
getting
a big labyrinth flashback where Jennifer Connelly looks at the worm and says, "Did you say hello?" And he says, "No, I said hello, but that's close enough." That was a big flashback. Oh, I'm just a worm.
Did I see a photo of this orc that that everyone confirmed he's actually wearing Adar's cuirass?
Yeah, I think I posted about that. Someone else posted about that. It does look like one of the shots from the creature feature. We'll look at it closer. It does look like he could potentially. It has the River Syrian motif on it. And I think I've been saying since I heard that there was this Uruk traveling with them that I think that this is going to be a good Uruk and he's going to be helping them. And he really liked Adar. That was Papa. And so I think that he will be sympathetic to their cause and actually be trying to help them and not betray them.
That's fair.
On purpose.
But this is the most important shot of the trailer. There's only one hand that would be doing that to her with that look on her face. That's our boy.
Sauron.
That's that's our boy. This is the Haladriel moment of the trailer. I can leave now. That's all I needed.
Oh my gosh, you are funny.
We'll have to zoom in and make sure that the knuckles line up. That's Charlie Vickers' knuckles. Because it could be Celeborn, and maybe she doesn't believe that it's him. there's other ways they can take this.
How
But it's
did
also,
she?
the idea that Arondir's traveling with an orc and doesn't want to just murder him outright immediately, considering what happened to Bronwyn. She died due to the orc poison. Like, that's going to be a crazy dynamic in the show.
I'm so excited for them together because I think I've been thinking Galadriel after her final conversation with Adar would be a little bit more sympathetic to the Uruk now, but Arondir has not had a similar experience, so there's going to be this a little bit of tension between this little trio. I think it's going to probably be a little bit comedic, a little bit tense. I just think it's going to be juicy. It's going to be exciting.
Aiden Pocock in the chat says that's Elrond's hand. And if you're going to follow up the epic kiss from season 2 with a soft caressing cheek, might as well. I guess Elrondiel lives.
Aiden, have you done some hand
analysis?
Hand espionage here? I mean, hand analysis? Yeah, because, we've got to have some expert hand analysts in this fandom at this point after our hand posters.
That is not an old man's hand, for sure. It's not Círdan. It's not Gandalf.
Well, I've been theorizing that maybe, potentially, this... So we've got the flashback at the beginning, obviously, which I think is Doriath, and I feel like we could potentially see the fall of Doriath maybe in a flashback, or the ruin of Doriath, because there are some iterations that Tolkien wrote where Galadriel was potentially present for the ruin of Doriath. So I think that could be very interesting, but I don't know yet.
All right, we've got Galadriel, Ismail, and your baby girl Uruk in the woods here. Do we know where Beric the horse is, and has Beric been corrupted into the first Nazgul horse?
Like my art?
No.
You remember my art you showed on stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not yet. He went back with Isildur to Numenor.
We got Dark Wizard, who's all in on the shadow.
There's not Saruman.
Let's see. What is being attacked here, folks?
Good question.
Oh yeah, Beric is in the chat.
Yeah, Beric is in the chat. Everyone's here in the chat. We have a
but is this horse
group
in the show? Is this horse in the show a corrupted Beric? With a corrupted
Beric is in Numenor.
Why would you even think that? Beric did go back to Numenor. Jess, you're quite correct.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is not yet, but that shot with the thing and Arondir and the thing on the hill right before this, very mysterious. I don't think I've seen some chatter about what potentially we might be seeing here. I've seen Amon Lank. I've seen I think that's kind of the big one. So very mysterious, don't really know what it is, no real indication except that it's on a hill, so yet to see.
Okay, fair enough. This looks all great. We've seen leaks and storyboards. The fell beast looks amazing.
Bloof.
Yeah. What Bloof is his name?
That's his name.
The internet has decided this is Bloof. We're going.
Oh my gosh! Wait, you've gotten that originated with me, by the way, in Fellowship of Fans. Bloof is the name that I have given this fell beast, and somehow this has spread.
Twitter agrees now, and
to
Reddit agrees.
Yeah. Spread to Reddit, and I guess it's on Twitter now. So I just want everyone to know I can trace this back to me. That's not just me bragging. I need it to be known. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Bloof.
And in the creature feature, Cliff, you and I have been on panels with Dr. Robert Bacher, the foremost, most successful paleontologist of our time, and talking about Tolkien and dinosaurs. And we know for a fact that Tolkien was at Oxford during the era that Oxford was funding most dinosaur digs around the world. So Tolkien himself had access to the latest and greatest in paleontology discoveries, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he was surrounded by conversations about that. One would assume if he stuck his head out from under his desk where he was constantly working. He was the hardest working man in the philology department, and holding the chair that he held, his professorship, not to mention all the extra work he was doing hours into the night writing and creating
But
Middle
there's
Earth.
plenty of documentation of him visiting the paleontology department at Oxford and asking questions while he was writing Lord of the Rings, asking questions about these great beasts that kept getting dug up.
Yes. How cool is that? But that was before we realized that they were actually birds. Now we know that they're birds, that the antecedents for birds. But yeah, back then, paleontology was telling a different story about the history of these flying beasts.
There's Gandalf.
All right, finally.
Ooh, this is a good shot.
Yeah. We got a horse chase. Is that a Gil-galad? I can't tell.
It's not. But go back. You missed the shot in Numenor. That's our Gil-galad shot. You can see Gil-galad on the right, and then Farazan in the middle, and then Belzegar on the left, and then some other guards.
Maybe if can I slow down playback speed? So like when we hit play?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So that is dark hair. Is that Sauron?
It's not.
No.
It's a young boy grown up.
He's so tall and his hair's so long.
Is that Theo?
Maybe.
Looking straight out of Last of the Mohicans?
A direct quote from letter 211 that is provided to us in the chat by David Roberts. Quote, "I did not intend the steed of the Witch King to be what is now called a pterodactyl, and often is drawn with rather less shadowy evidence than lies behind many monsters of the new and fascinating semi-scientific mythology of the prehistoric. But absolutely, it is pterodactylic." He says it is pterodactylic, meaning the fell beast carries qualities or distinct common denominators that make it like a pterodactyl. So, yeah.
I'm not a fan of this hair. What is going on with this hair right here?
Whose?
Galadriel.
Assuming it's Theo?
Mm.
The wig game is off.
Maybe we'll see.
I think there
Sometimes,
were many interviews. Many interviews with the showrunners have been happening over the last week, and I believe in one interview, Varking, they mentioned that this sword hovers.
What they say about it? Because I haven't seen any. I haven't caught up on any interviews coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. Don't know what was happening. Yeah. So, like, what did they say about it? Why is it hovering? Did they say why?
They say is
she doing it?
Is whoever's holding the sword, which is possibly Anarion?
Oh no, not this one. That's a different spot. That's for a promo shot.
All right. This one I believe is Galadriel seeing Celeborn for the first time.
All right, where do you think
and
this is?
Oh crap! And then he drops the blade.
Where do you think this is? Like, she's looking at Celeborn, and he's in some grubs.
I guess she's just dropping the sword out of shock. It's not hovering. It's just a slow drop, right?
All right.
I think it's kind of slowly. Well, okay. Actually,
this hair,
now
though,
that you said that,
this hair though, what? Like, come on.
Let's not worry about the wig, like wigs, whatever. She will wear wigs. It's fine. But can we talk about the new armor, which is quite cool?
Yeah.
Love a new costume.
But is there a reason for the hair looking like this? Like maybe she's in a very dry environment.
Yeah, maybe she needs
taking all the
a little
silver out of her hair. I don't know.
I mean, that's interesting. Justin, I don't not like that idea that she's kind of in
What causes hair to go frizzy?
Humidity.
So this is kind of frizzy.
When I was in San Diego this weekend, my hair just went wild. It was just amazing what I had to deal with. I could
It always looks good.
Thank you. I could barely get out the door. Usually I'm just wash and wear.
All right,
You know,
so
it was
if
bad.
Galadriel's hair is frizzy and they're in a dungeon and she's discovering Celeborn for the first time, are we back in that ice palace from the season 1 intro?
Well, that's been my running theory about where the most likely theory, the one that it's not my favorite theory, but I have been thinking it is the most likely theory of where they find Celeborn in a Faradwaith dungeon. In the one that we saw in, the prologue.
Well, I like this, and the reason I like this is, one, they went to the Faradwaith castle in the intro to season 1. In the intro to season 2, we were back at the Faradwaith castle when Sauron is destroyed and becomes snow heaven. And this
Let's
would
run
make
it back.
sense. Let's run it back for a 3rd season and go back to that castle. We keep going back to the castle and discovering new things in flashback.
So episode 1, like season 3, episode 1, we get there. They're already like pretty close and on their way.
So here's my theory. If what you're saying is true and Celeborn has been locked up in that castle, and there has to be a reason that Guron exists, and I think this is the payoff. Here, follow me here. I think Guron, the big blob of Sauron, obviously survives for millennia, and I think some of it drops and makes its way to a dead Celeborn and revives him, just like the rest of the blob revived as Halbrand.
You've been talking to Eldarin.
No one else likes that? Okay.
So it's just leeching off the abs of Jamie Campbell Bower for a millennia.
Yeah, Celeborn really is dead, and it's the blob of Sauron, a piece of Sauron's blood that brings him back alive.
So you're sticking with the Celeborn is dead?
Absolutely. I have to at this point, and we're not even at the crazy part in the trailer that made me freak out.
Keep going. You can keep doubling down and tripling down, but I don't even.
All right,
this is beautiful.
They're
show this in
touching
slow
faces.
motion.
This is not a hug yet. They're not in love. This is not a hugging love embrace. They are just
a tender caress.
Elves. Yeah, she did this to Celebrimbor, so this is fine.
know.
This is fine.
I feel like if this was 8th grade, I would tell all my friends that. Like, yeah, we hugged, bro. It was serious.
Now this is good.
What do we got?
Actually, this
going
whole
here?
trailer is good. This is Army of the Faithful. Note the blue banners. Kind of ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower. And looks like Elendil on the right, and then Anarion on the left, maybe.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't see Anarion mentioned in the trailer, so but
He's not.
King
So
is
we know
looking
he's
good.
coming.
King is looking
This
real
is
good.
our dwarf shot.
Is
Or
this
what, our first dwarf shot.
Is this the first time we've seen dwarves outside?
No, they went to a
I mean,
Region.
Yeah, they stole a table, remember?
No,
And
but
Lindon.
and then
we haven't seen them like walk across like the plains, right? Like
No, we saw them here, and then we see Durin when he's already back with the elves, telling them, "Don't listen to this Sauron guy; he's super shady." And then we see them again show up when the elves were getting pieced up, and the dwarves had to come save the day at the end while all the scrolls are burning. Just the dwarves do a lot of saving, so it's interesting to know and figure out what's going on with Durin and co. here.
this is obviously Durin, his wife, and his 2 kids. Varking, do you have any ideas what is going on? Has he been excommunicated from Khazad-dûm here? What's going on?
Yeah, so that is my belief. 5 years have passed. Brother was on the way. I think Durin obviously isn't going to want to give the rings out, and he's got some explaining to do because only Durin Disa and Narvi saw Durin the Third die to the Balrog. So when he goes back to his people and tells everybody, my dad died in a cave, y'all saw me enter after him, some people might believe him, some might not, and then they might be on the outs. And then again, the other dwarves were promised rings when they came to visit after they sent tribute. So they're on the way to get their tribute. Maybe brother gives them out, and then Durin and his family have to run away and go seek refuge temporarily. And it's nice to see the dwarven kids without needing for them to wear those helms, and they can just be out with the cool prosthetics, and hopefully the two actors who played the teens have an awesome experience getting prosthetics on.
Barking, have we not talked about this? Because I have been saying this. I just want to harp on this point. Since Faf's like live stream or reaction to episode 8 of season 2, so like full 2 years ago, I was in the live chat before I joined Faf saying they're the only ones who saw Durin the Third get taken out by the Balrog. Who's gonna believe them? Like, there's this crazy monster that killed the king, and now somehow I've got his ring, and there's no monster because it's trapped. Like, this is going to cause some chaos for Khazad-dûm.
Exactly.
I think that's going to come back. So, yes, I'm so glad you brought this up because I'm interested in seeing how this unfolds. But yeah, why is the whole fam out and about?
I have a question. In interviews with McPain, they say that Durin's brother, played by Eddie Marzan, I'm very excited for this performance, is Thrain.
Yeah, he should be.
Is that the same Thrain that goes crazy in the Hobbit book?
You mean the son of Thror, father of Thorin? No, wait, hold on. Thorin, son of Thrain, son of Thror. Got it. No, this should not be the same person. So
it's not.
No, and not at all confusing, is it? Just by the way you put that question forward, Justin, I'm making the point semi-sarcastically that it is really unnecessary for them to use exact historical names of other characters we know distinctly in the Third Age.
Unless they're trying to make some sort of parallel that we have yet to see, which I'm not opposed to. But do you have the promo pic of Thrain that they released, that they showed in Hall H and then they've released? And then also we'll do it the same with the Anarian promo shot. I think we should look at those both because we don't see either of those characters up close in this trailer.
It's
and David Roberts just says a relative reusing the name. Well, some names were reused over the historical genealogy timelines of the dwarves, but it was particularly a name of Durin, which was reused for each one of his reincarnations. But they've made a bit of a messy approach to that, using Durin while the other Durin is still alive or was alive. Anyways, you get my point.
Thrain photo is not in our Discord thread. I'm disappointed in Richard. He's usually good at posting everything.
Richard,
where's our pictures of Thrain? It's hard to find. I can't even Google Thrain because it's nothing but not Rings of Power. So I don't. All right, let's move on to this trailer. We've got someone holding up a crown. Well, no, not a crown. This is the helm of the Witch King. Do you think there's a ceremony of the crowning of the Witch King?
Hold on. We were at Comic-Con. You had 4 Nazgul walking around. They were all wearing crowns.
They were all wearing the same thing?
No, they all had slightly different masks, but they all had a very similar looking crown that was like the same height. So I don't know the ones we see in the trailer.
Okay.
So this one has like straight up and down, and then some of them their masks had like angles. So we don't know yet. Like, I don't think we're gonna find out who the Witch King is not gonna be the Witch King yet. So we'll see what happens, but this is not necessarily the Witch King. This is just one of the Nazgul.
All right. Well, this is who we're talking about. Thanks, Barking. Here is Eddie Marzan as Thrain, son of just Thrain. We don't know. Do the dwarves only have
Thrain.
2 names? Thrain and Durin?
Son of Durin, brother of Durin.
Brother of Durin, grandson
and
of
son
Durin.
of Durin.
Yeah.
Otaku Senpai in the chat says correctly, not Thrain the Second, and he should not even be Thrain the First, who founded the kingdom under the Lonely Mountain, Erebor, in the Third Age. So this is just a distant relative using the name.
All right.
Or
so this is just
maybe they couldn't come up with some other naming conventions to name
Let me
this
ask you
character.
this, guys. If Rings of Power, we've always discussed this since the show started, due to the limited nature of the rights that they have and don't have. Do you like the idea of reusing these names like this versus coming up with something new?
I'll say this, as the guy who, just adores dwarves. I don't like the double Durin name. I don't like the Thrain name. But after 2 seasons of Dwarven storyline, these guys have my full trust that throughout the season, I'm going to love what they do with these dwarves. And I will accept a great story over weird name. Like, I'll take that trade-off.
Justin, can you pull up the picture that I just dropped in the Torn chat for chat and for everyone? So
what,
we can
what Torn? I don't see it in the Torn chat.
The ROP general chat, no spoilers.
Oh boy, you got me all over.
It's literally the most recent post.
Let's see here.
Let's just pull up this
let's go to the
family
tape.
tree.
All right, let's go to the family tree. So we start with during the death list of the First Age. During the
We have many Thrains. We have plenty of we have several Gloins. We have multiple Durins. Like there's more than one Thorin. Like this is not something that it's like they're just reusing a name. Like there's a cycle of naming. You know, Tolkien was not very let's say creative here with the family tree. He kind of ran out of names. And especially because most of these he's pulling directly from the Prose Edda and just pulling the list of names of the dwarves from there, including Gandalf was a name of a dwarf from the Prose Edda. So, you know, like, I don't think that this is a unforgivable sin that we're
it's not a deal breaker.
Thrain. It's really not. I mean, there's a limited list of names. At least it's not like total, like sleepy, happy, grumpy, you know, like at least we're somewhere in the same realm of
well, it's just Feely and Keely's mom is named Dees, and so they created Disa for this show. Yeah, I mean, that's one letter off, and that's good enough for me. Couldn't they named him?
It's a reference.
Thraina or
so
Thrin,
look during the deathless from the First Age, we skip like the family tree. There's a gap of thousands and thousands of years until it picks back up with during the 6th. So we have no idea what the family tree looks like for thousands of years. Between during the 1st and during the 6th, and we know during the 3rd and the 4th, like this was in the Second Age, but those aren't in the family tree. So like them pulling Thrain and using Thrain, I personally thought they were going to go with Nain, but also thought it would be very funny if they went with Borin, because that's really close to boring. And then if they did Groin, I mean, that would be hilarious, but then we're getting a little too comical. But I thought they would go with Nain personally. But Thrain is fine.
All right, fair enough. All right, moving on.
Let's move on.
We've got this. We've got the Nazgul. It could be one of many. Wait, the Nazgul are fighting.
See, look, they both have crowns.
Yeah,
they all
do both have crowns.
Well,
we don't know if they're fighting. They might be there as emissaries of Sauron, but they're definitely there trying to talk up the king in Khazad-dûm. And I get a feeling that he will not have anything to do with these emissaries.
I think the audio playing while that is going on, he's like, there's no friends of Mordor here. And it's Durin holding up his weapon towards them, and I see 2 Nazguls that are terrified, scared out of their minds to even think about raising a weapon back to new Daddy Dern. That's what I think. The
With his
dwarves
ring.
continue
Is he
to
wearing a
thwart
ring?
everything.
He's wearing a ring, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
but he's probably wearing not
Two.
the ring of power.
Why
but
wouldn't
he's probably wearing that ring.
The Green Lantern ring?
Because he
No.
promised his wife he wouldn't.
This is one that he wears in the show.
Yes, very nice. Very nice.
All right.
But they're
Fair
not going to
enough.
wear the rings of power.
And
Dwarves
yeah, it's
know
true.
better.
Aiden in the chat says that they don't have their swords drawn yet. This
They won't.
Very defensive
Hold on, wait.
posturing.
I'm gonna
It's a very defensive
backtrack
posture
here.
by
Look
the king.
at this shot. They have their swords
So
drawn.
cool.
That's not the
This
same
might
place and
not be
time.
the same place. Yeah, yeah.
It's the magic of editing, dude.
Yeah.
You think this is a cut fake? Oh.
Yeah, no, it's out of
That's
order. The
insane.
swords drawn.
No.
We're watching it in reverse. They draw them. Durin takes his weapon out. They put theirs right back in. Like, my bad. That's what's happening. Here.
Okay. All right.
Well, also
Nobody's messing
look
with
with the shot from behind, looking at Durin, we've got two on the sides. This one is coming through the middle by himself. This could be a third Naznagal coming through this door after the first two and drawing his sword. And he's like, "We mean business." Like,
all right.
After
Who's throwing Disa to the ground?
She thrown to the ground?
She's on her knees right now. She's like getting up from being thrown to the ground, or on her ground. She's on her hands and knees right now.
She could have just completed a song and was spent of energy.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
Awesome. A nice looking crown. I like that.
Yeah. We got horse racing on the beach again. Hopefully it's not slow-mo like the first time with Galadriel smiling like it's her happiest moment. Who is
Which
that?
is a great, beautiful shot, by the way.
Is that
I was
Elendil
about
and
to say that.
Galadriel?
The cinematography proves to continuously be excellent. Top-notch cinematography from these folks.
It is so beautiful. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mumakil. I was surprised to see Mumakil and Gandalf doing a thing.
I love that Mumakil is going to be Gandalf's
Oh, look, they're in the
friend.
snow. This gives further credence to the idea that they're in the Forodwaith again.
Do you know what an unusual tableau that is? It's a very, I know why they used it in the teaser trailer, but that's a very unexpected tableau to see those three particular characters in a shot like that, in such a tableau. It's really interesting as a choice.
What's a tableau?
Is this the same Forodwaith?
It's the way that a setting is staged and shot. You particularly place people, objects, and things to make a very specific shot, and it creates an image that could be frozen, and it tells the same picture as if it were a motion picture. It's a specific way of setting the view. One of the greatest tableaus in The Return of the King is in the shot where Gandalf has his back to the camera and he's sitting there staring at the ground. And everything around him, you see some of the marketplace items from Minas Tirith. You see the shadows on the walls, but it is shot as a very carefully calculated shot. And it counts as a tableau. And it tells volumes of story without saying anything at all. It's amazing, really.
Is this the Forodwaith or is this Barad-dûr?
Yeah. Wait, I do want to, can you go back to the shot of the Mumak really quickly? The Oliphant? Because Otaku did bring up something that I had found very interesting, is that the ears of this Mumak are different, that they're more reminiscent of an Asian elephant. Unlike in The Return of the King, we see Mumakil that have like more of the African elephant ears, which could indicate, which obviously should probably indicate that this is a Mumak from Rune or from like the east versus the south and Harad.
There's her.
So I think that's a very cool design.
Yeah,
Justin doesn't give a shit about what I'm saying right now.
No, Jess, that is fascinating. I didn't even catch the elephant.
Well, they don't show it. It's in darkness.
Well, thanks Otaku for bringing it up.
You're talking about an Oliphant that you can't even see.
Well, we saw it in the creature feature as well, and there's probably some more shots of it there. But it does swing its ears out in this trailer.
We'll get to that in the creature feature. But it looks
I'm
like
saying
they're
in
in
the
a
trailer it
dungeon
does too.
together. this makes me feel reminiscent of Halbrand and Galadriel in the dungeon together in Numenor.
Yes.
But cuter.
I don't know about that. It's like poetry. It rhymes. By the way, Jamie Campbell Bower's voice is buttery smooth.
Yeah.
I hope.
You know what? I'm
gets
so
all
grateful.
the words.
I'm so grateful that they put to rest all of the speculation and they named the character. Thank you, Amazon Marketing. Thank you, Prime Video Marketing, for actually stating the name of the character so we could put endless months
Well,
and
let
months
me
of
ask the panel
Justin's
here.
speculation
Was it worth
to rest.
Was it worth keeping a secret? Do you guys feel like it was worth the reveal, or could they have revealed it earlier when they announced his casting?
I mean, whatever.
As somebody, go ahead, Jess.
No. You go. I was just gonna be
No, ladies
why
first.
are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, sure, whatever. I don't care.
She doesn't care. Barking.
It's fun. It's fun. They announced it before Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that they're not withholding it anymore, which I think is cool.
Yeah. Which is, I think that's a great route. Maybe they're, learning as they go with this IP. As somebody who I truly don't care one way or the other, but there's always been the rumors that Jamie was playing Celeborn. When it was named and how he's shown and how he talks, I've never cared about Celeborn, partly because he's not so nice to the dwarves all the time, but I am so sold on him in this show, and I'm very excited for his addition to not just the show itself, but the marketing of the show as well. He's a very charming guy.
I agree. And Cliff, you can back me up on this. I've been saying since day one, they need star power in the show. They need someone of this caliber actor to really anchor everybody in the excitement. And Jamie is the shot of adrenaline that this show absolutely needs.
Honestly,
I've asked to be in the background.
Don't go off this shot, but I'm just going to say, honestly, you could say it was one of the smartest marketing decisions to do, not to announce him for like a year, because by God, they've driven us crazy with talking about
they
it.
drove us crazy
And they've
in a
made,
bad way.
I'm talking, they have made it so exciting. They've made him more exciting for this show than, otherwise he would have been just pulling from the lore. They have really kind of built it up. And then you cast Jamie Campbell Bower, and then you announce him in this way and have him come to Comic-Con and then release this trailer. And it's like, okay, here we go. Like, he's here and they've done something really exciting. I mean, it's like he's trapped and she thought he was dead and now they're reunited. It's also dramatic and juicy. So I don't know.
So you do have a lot of opinions on that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of opinions on everything.
All right, we got more shots.
That helmet.
Galadriel fighting Sauron. Well, okay, hold on, back
up.
Thank
you. Slow motion.
We don't need to go there. So she still has that hair. So all of these shots of Galadriel, she has the same hairstyle. With
helmet, come on.
So are these all in the same scene in the same place?
This looks like Faradwaite to me. I think you could see bodies like hanging.
I think so too. I think so too. I think this might actually be the intro of the season, or an early scene where they just bring. That would be interesting to bring Celeborn on the scene early and often. Like, maximize the star power of JCB throughout the whole season. Don't wait until episode 4, the end of episode 4, to do a grand reveal of Celeborn's return. Like, let's just get it out of the way, get him on screen, and get him working. I like it.
And one thing I do want to say is, for people, just for anyone who might have been worried that, like, we're sidelining Galadriel and her husband is taking center stage, I don't think so. I mean, we see her being totally badass this whole trailer and fighting. She's got some very cool fight scenes just in this trailer. New armor, like, she is clearly taking center stage, and he is a supporting role to her, as it should be. So I don't think like we need to worry about him taking
I think
taking the
a lot of
spotlight.
that nervousness was because Morfid was not at Comic-Con. And
she was filming something else. Like, it's
yeah,
confirmed she's filming
4
Beatles.
Beatles movies.
Yeah, everyone needs to relax. Like,
we love
this
a
is day
working
one.
actress. We love a working actress.
Yeah,
and listen,
like we should be happy that she's booked and busy, and this is just the very beginning of marketing, and it's a long marketing cycle. We've got like 4 months until the season comes out. So, there's time for her to show up at stuff. This is a different cycle than we've seen in the past couple seasons. So everyone needs to calm down.
last one says, if Sauron went back to try things again at the Four-Old Waith, it probably wouldn't have been as cold inside the depths. So I'm thinking it could be this is in the now, not a flashback. I think last one saying this is in the now, in the current time of the show, and Sauron is back. It just feels weird that in the season 1, the Four-Old Waith was presented as a far-off land, right? And her people mutinied, her army mutinied her because they were at the edges of the map. And how many times are we going to go back to the edge of the map? Are they teleporting?
Well, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. I think they could get there in 5 years.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And there's an additional time jump for this season.
Yeah, that's
So-
the
That's
5-year
the 5
time
years.
jump.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
All right.
Not
We
just
did not need.
not just the length
Thank
of
you
time.
for pausing there.
Yes, I'm
we
sorry.
did
I was
not
thinking
need
about
this
the length of
scene.
time of what has happened in season 1 and
Is this a
season 2.
flashback or is this a current
No, this is
time?
present. This is present.
Why is he wearing sparklies?
It's chainmail? I don't know. But I mean,
I
they've got some
love that
chemistry.
reaction cut.
Yeah, it's like
I like
That
that
actually is
their
great.
heads kind of like make a heart right there with the way that her hair comes
So,
down.
she still
I
is
love
not
that.
fully hugging him. Like, they're kissing, yes, but she's not in a hug. So
I'm sorry,
still...
but touching his chest now and then maybe finish the song lyrics.
Oh, that's an
I
embrace.
love this
Touching his
edit.
chest.
Thank
an
you,
embrace.
editors of Rings of Power trailers. Wow. So at Comic-Con,
That's such a good face.
someone came up to me at Comic-Con right after Hall H and handed me a button saying Celeborn is dead. I was wrong. Unfortunately, I lost that button at the
Oh, I
Rings of
bet you
Power
lost
party.
it.
At the Rings of Power party, which makes me think someone at the party
But
stole
you
it from me.
dumped it. Probably dumped
Yeah,
it
I
into the
threw it in
trash
the
can.
pool right in front of
McLean?
Charlie. That's what I think.
Or Charlie.
Yeah. I don't know about this. We should have. The only thing I can say about this kiss in the trailer is that we should have had a kiss 2
Hot.
seasons ago with Halbrand and Galadriel on the log.
Oh, take a
There's
seat.
your Miyazaki minute, Clint.
Take a seat. All right. And now I'll take over the show for the next
Oh,
60 seconds and talk about something else entirely. No, I
Mhm.
won't. I won't. I am just grateful that the secret is no longer being kept a secret for no reason. And they're leaning into, if this is just the beginning teaser, that means so much more of the marketing yet to come will lean into it. This is Celeborn. This leads me back to just like someone in the chat last one, thank you for mentioning that, it was the first question that I asked Morfith Clark in the very first interview I had with her.
I remember.
said, where is Celeborn? Where is your husband? And she went, well, many things yet to come. That's all she could say.
Good things come to those who wait. Look
Listen,
at Justin. He's just paused on this frame. Like, as much as you say that you don't like Celeborn,
But I love
don't
that. I
know.
love that they've got a reaction. But we've got breaking news, folks. We've got breaking news.
Wait, really?
Goodness.
Yeah. Speaking of
Breaking news.
Celeborn kisses and Sauron, here we go. Empire Magazine is actually shipped early to some people, and we've got scans of the article. And this person says, I won't ruin the whole article, but my Empire issue quotes Morfith saying she's having an absolutely crazy time in her mind. And yes, she mentions Sauron being part of that. Galadriel lives on in the Mind Palace. And it is in writing, in ink, in Empire Magazine, coming to your doorstep soon. If you haven't ordered your issue now, all you Haladriels need to order Empire Magazine, because there it is, Morphith confirming that she's having an absolute crazy time in her mind with what's going on.
Well, that goes back to original Fellowship dialogue, doesn't it, everybody? That really, yes, it goes back to the moment where she says, he also knows my mind. Yes,
he also knows my mind. And look at
but
his
I know
face.
This is so fun. I need this gif. It's like,
yeah,
this is such a good face.
By the way, we love a dark-haired Charlie. I mean, this.
What's
is,
not to love?
This is everything. He's got like 2-day stubble.
He looks great.
Yeah, Charlie.
The hairline
good
is great,
at the party
honestly,
this
on
weekend.
This wig.
Charlie was looking good. He had his top 2 buttons unbuttoned because it was kind of hot outside, and white linen shirt, pressed slacks. Charlie knows
with like
what's up.
The waistband. It was so like, I don't know, like high fashion-y. I don't know. He looked great.
And I do. Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Kierdan. Here's a quick shot of Kierdan in another interview. McPain have said Kierdan doesn't have much to do this season,
but he grew his beard
he's gonna
back.
Look good doing it. Yes.
In five years, he grew his beard back.
So the question I have for you, Barking, is why did they even put in that shot of him shaving?
I wish they didn't. Because that's the closest any of the elves have ever looked to being cool, like the dwarves. And he should have kept it, but maybe, I don't know. He was trying to get a ring. He wanted to be clean shaven like the others. Now that he got it, he's back to rocking the beard, his appropriate look, and he should keep it like this because he just looks awesome like this.
I'm 100% I'm 100% sure I know what happened with that. I think that he had to come back for a reshoot, and he was shooting either Foundation or one of his other shows, Interview with the Vampire. I don't know what timeline, which he had to be clean shaven for. He came back. They couldn't do like a fake beard or whatever, and so they just had to come up with a show reason for him to be clean shaven, and that's that.
That's
just like Charlie and.
It makes too much
glam
sense.
Brand.
It makes too much
I know.
sense, but
I do make too much sense.
All right, we've got a white horse and a black horse. What are we doing?
Hold on,
here?
let me read this to you right quick.
Oh yes,
okay?
Thank you.
I say to you, Frodo, that even as I speak to you, I perceive the Dark Lord and know his mind, or all of his mind that concerns the elves, and he gropes ever to see me and my thought, but the door. Still the door is closed. That means something, but still the door is closed. If during the Second Age show she is having struggles with keeping Sauron out of her mind, maybe thousands of years later in the Third Age, she's much more successful at closing that door when she says that to Frodo. But at this point in time in the Second Age, perhaps it's still very much a part of the story that the showrunners are presenting, that she's still struggling to keep him out of her brainwaves. Yeah.
I follow
and
it.
I did like the reference to that in the finale of last season when she goes, the door is shut, and then she fucking drop kicks his ass off.
We have breaking news. Here's more from the article.
Stop saying we have breaking news.
If I had a red siren,
Please
I would
do it.
McPain says he has been passed. Celeborn has been passed from prison to prison, and through a series of circumstances, he may actually hold the key to how Sauron can make the One Ring. At the centerpiece of the new season of Rings of Power lies an unlikely reunion, centuries of heartache, and the most elven of love stories.
Oh.
It's so Princess Bride. I have been saying. They're reunited after she thinks he's dead. Except
As you wish.
Except he's Princess Buttercup and she's the Dread Pirate Galadriel.
Dread, the commander of the Norman armies, Galadriel.
My art that you said you would share on Torn Tuesday like 6 months ago, and then you never did. So I'm going to send it to you right now, and you can share it.
Are we sure that in the creature feature he's not holding up Feanor's hammer to the Balrog?
Yeah.
Yeah? We're
Yeah.
sure that
Here
it's
he's
the crown?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so my this is pretty darn close to my bingo card, is it not? I said hammer hitting ring. This is pretty darn close, isn't it?
Close, yes.
Yes, Katie, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I think this is an attempt, maybe the final attempt at forging the one, where the other shot with the Balrog, and he's using the crown, it's because he's trying to negotiate with the Balrog who's not happy to see him. But here, no Balrog. He's handling crazy amounts of fire around him, the magma, whatever, from the volcano. Like, that's why he's got the hammer with him. He's gonna bang that thing and make that ring.
That's right. We
You know what?
almost
I'm
get
thinking-
a shot of him banging that ring, and that would have completed my.
It looks so cool.
bingo.
I'm thinking of the Balrog moment. Just for a quick moment, let's gather our thoughts now. If the Balrog never ever had to deal with Sauron in the first age, and this particular beastie, this wheel o' beastie, and he had spent all of his time taking orders from Big Daddy Morgoth, it seems that Sauron might have the same problem to bring a level of persuasion as he did at the very beginning with Adar and all the orcs at the opening of season 2, right? Sauron is in a position of not having the best gambit and not having the best offering to bring the Balrog into his service. And the Balrog is probably going to say something like, I had a really rough time dealing with Morgoth, and it didn't end well for me or any of my other Balrogs. Why should I trust you? So I'm starting to form some, some beginnings of what that dialogue between the two of them might be. But hey, I'm all down for it. It's cool. It's a cool idea.
You're inspiring me to think about non-dwarven characters right now, and I was thinking, because you said he's not in a great position to really make any sort of offers. And when you think about that, Sauron's whole thing, even back when he was Halbrand and he was locked up, he was like, to get what I want, I'm gonna give you what you think you want. So when he goes to this Balrog, what is it that he can offer the Balrog to eventually help him in whatever way he needs? Because Sauron's not going to do it out of the kindness of his heart. He's got a game plan for even why he wants to approach the Balrog. What is it he could possibly offer? Because I mean, he already killed Durin III. What else is there?
What does
what
a
else could
Balrog
he
want?
Right?
Good question.
What are the motivations of a Balrog? That is honestly something I haven't thought about before.
Aside from survival?
Yeah, I mean, they're intelligent Ainur. Like, what do they want?
Yeah.
Does he want to live in the I mean, they're fire spirits, like obviously corrupted, but like, I don't know.
Does he want peace?
That is a really good question. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Did you guys see Corey Olsen's interview with McPain?
Has he released it?
Yeah, he released it, and then he took it down. Maybe someone asked him to take it down. I don't know. But according to reports, Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, who was at Comic-Con, it was great to see him. He's always a wonderful friend and of all of us. Corey Olsen said on that when he talked to J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay at Comic-Con, they told him that Sauron is there to offer the Balrog a land of his own. And Sauron is trying to convince the Balrog to join him on the surface, because Sauron just needs another army and an extra push to finally conquer all the lands. And so he needs another army. He's trying to get it in Rhûn. He's trying to get it in a few other places. There's a couple last holdouts that are fighting Sauron, and that includes Rivendell and I think Imladris maybe, or something like that. And according to McPain,
that is the name. That's the elvish name of Rivendell, is Imladris.
Okay,
but also, of course, on the far coast, the Elven Kingdom in Lindon.
Yeah, Lindon. So according to Tolkien professor, who's recounting a conversation he had with McPain, that in this scene, Sauron is trying to convince the Balrog to join him on the surface. And the Balrog is saying, bro, you woke me up, man. I was sleeping fine. You basically, you woke me up with all your machinations, and I'm not on board with this.
I'd have to see it. I'd have to see it.
Did you get
I've been
any
busy and sick.
What can you talk about anything that you any conversations that you had with anybody at Comic-Con yet?
I think I'm still like 3 or 4 days away from being rested into the point where like I can properly think back to what Comic-Con was and all the conversations I've had and everything. Like at the moment, nothing crazy is standing out. And y'all said that his clip or whatever is gone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just hit him up.
Yeah. We'll have let's get Corey Olsen on the show next week and just get further.
Yeah.
Yes, we should.
Can you show my art now?
Hold on a sec because we've got another exclusive.
Is this breaking news?
Breaking news.
Like the siren.
There's not one in there.
Celeborn playfully meets her with his own sword, and a lock of Galadriel's hair gets chopped off.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I'm obsessed. That's adorable. Flirt.
All right, as requested, another Torn Tuesday exclusive.
Thank
this
you.
Is Jessica's artwork. Dread Pirate Roberts Galadriel.
This is based on a dream I had, and I made this. When did I draw this? A really long time ago.
So this is MOU.
And this is the vision.
Does he fall down a sand trap, and she has to dive in and climb out of a sand trap?
Katie, have you not seen this before? I swear, I'm always trying to post it.
Rodents
because
of unusual
seriously,
size.
it came to me in a dream like 6 months ago. And before we even knew anything about this season, I was like, he's going to be in a dungeon, the pit of despair, and she's going to rescue him because that's how she is. And it's going to be a great dynamic, and I'm so here for it.
More exclusives
Thank you.
here.
Thank you for sharing that finally.
The seductive scuffle between Celeborn and Galadriel. In between takes, stunt supervisor Roy Taylor describes it to Empire as a dance fight, citing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon as the influence. In one shot, the actors glide amongst the trees.
That's cool.
That
sounds
is
great.
Really, really high. That's a big swing. That's a big swing. To reference something bad.
Are we gonna fall in love with Celeborn?
Same
Are they just setting this up for absolute romance, boy?
Yes. Why did it?
No.
It's taking you this long to get on board.
Galadriel cannot die.
It won't. It can still be there.
Lives in her mind. The mind palace. Her mind is the place of Sauron, and her body. Oh, never mind.
Careful.
How are they going to do this?
PG stream.
This is a thread, a needle to thread. No, a thread to needle. No. Good luck, McPain.
Look, the dynamic. I mean, that obviously that tension, and that struggle still exists into the Third Age. But let's be real. Like, she does have a canonical husband that needs to be in the story. That doesn't mean that tension or that relationship, whatever you want to call it, has to die. Like, let's still have that. Let's have that wrestling match.
I'm gonna have to read this whole article when I get my Empire magazine, but where my mind is at right now is that if it's true that Celeborn holds one of the secrets to crafting the One Ring, and Galadriel maybe is part of another secret to forge the One Ring and give it all the power, maybe them as a couple have to come together to...
What if it's not so special, but to forge the Elven Rings, they had to come up with a plan to melt some stuff and combine them in an alloy or whatever, and they needed Galadriel's dagger to do it. What if Celeborn just has more of that? Because, right now he's not getting that supply. So maybe he's got the gold, the mithril, whatever they need. He's got the weapon that Sauron needs, and that way it's not like I can't imagine how else Celeborn would be the key.
Is the One Ring imbued with the power and essence of Sauron and the power and essence of Galadriel?
No, come on.
Galadriel? No, I don't know about that, but something very powerful, aka he's holding up the hammer, also probably has gold and silver from Valinor.
You think he might melt it?
Use. I think he might. I think he might finally get rid of Feanor's hammer, which I think would be like a very thematically profound thing to do. So
okay. Well, there's another.
He's got
big
it.
Thing.
Why is he holding it up?
There's another big discourse is gone crazy on this, and I was just gonna ask your guys' opinion of this. I'll go first. I'm okay with this release schedule, folks. Okay, I'm okay with this. There's a lot going on this holiday season. Spreading out all the episodes of Fallout last Christmas. Between Christmas and Thanksgiving last year, I skipped a few weeks of Fallout and I didn't like it. So I'm okay with this, especially if they've written these episodes in a way that makes sense to this schedule, like it's a complete story. I'm okay with this. But Varking, you're not liking this?
Do a small favor, Justin, and scroll up or zoom in so we can see the bottom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that week 7 and 8 is delayed until the week of November 25th. Yeah, okay.
So Varking, why don't you like this?
Okay, here's why, and it's strictly personal for me. When you release stuff in batches like this, and I see this all the time on like Netflix show subreddits, it is very, very difficult to have users moderate themselves and only talk about episode 1 in the episode 1 thread. They go to episode 1 and then they're sharing stuff that happened in episode 3 or 4 because they saw the episodes all tonight and they're just looking to chat with whoever. And usually on a subreddit, you can make, here's a book reader thread, so you guys can go over your book spoilers. And then here's your show only thread, where if you guys aren't familiar with the material, we're only talking about the show. And it's very easy to maintain that week to week to week. But like y'all, you're going to have to moderate a Discord server that's going to drop 4 episodes worth of spoilers all at one time, and then 2 the next week and 2 the final week, and then it's over. It's also just a very short window. We wait 2 years plus for the show to come out, and now it used to be gone in like 6 weeks or 7 weeks. Now it's going to be gone in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And that's
like,
done. Do you know what? That doesn't help to make it what we'd call destination viewing. Back in the good old days before the plague, we always knew that Game of Thrones was that magical gathering time on Sunday night. And we were all there. We were all there for it. And that famous pub out in Cicero, Illinois, the suburbs of Chicago, where everyone gathered, and it became a wild viral point to see people have reactions to, what is it? Destination viewing. And this type of structure of releasing the episodes this way, it really shoots that in the foot. So you cannot have it as destination viewing. And you know what, Varking, you're not the only one. I've heard a lot of people at Comic-Con say, I can't do it. I can't create a podcast and then a follow-up episode for all 4 episodes all at once if I'm going to be up at that hour. And I can't get the content ready for the next day. So a lot of people who are Tolkien creators are going to be struggling with this.
Oh, you bring up a good point. I mean, Amazon has historically dropped episodes at like 9 p.m. Eastern, which means if they're really doing this, you're up till 2 or 3 in the morning just watching this, and you're going to be tired. You're not going to be consuming or viewing these episodes in the best state of mind.
Well, that's why you rewatch them more than once, Justin.
You do. My plan is to watch 2 at midnight, and then the next 2 the next morning when I wake up, so I can get them all that night and the next morning within about an 18-hour
But then you
period.
risk getting spoiled.
No, I won't be on the internet in between the time I go to sleep and then wake up
My
and have
man.
breakfast. I won't
That's
be on
what
the
you
internet
do.
at all, and I'll
Just
watch.
stay off the internet.
Yeah, stay off the internet.
Vark,
It's your
it's
own
kind of a
fault if
impossible.
you
We
get
all-
spoiled, to be honest.
But we
Just
all
stay off the
moderate.
internet.
big life
Yeah.
coaching thing. Just stay off the internet.
It's-
Excellent advice for everything
It
in the
is
world.
4 hours of required viewing for me, and I need to watch them right away. That
Yeah.
way, I can be there to moderate. Because I mean, if I stop at 2 and people are talking 3 and 4 inside of like the episode 1 and 2 threads, I'll have no idea.
Yep.
And trying to protect the community, make sure everybody can get to where they need to be in a given time frame, and not have to worry about people ruining things for them. But it's going to be a discussion I'm going to have with the mod team, like what probably is the best strategy for it, and maybe we do sort of what Cliff is talking about, where we have a thread that is episode 1 and 2, because realistically that probably is enough for people to chew off in one go without needing to be like me. And then the second thread is episodes 3 and 4 together, and then the weeks after that, since it's 2 episodes per, we can do episode 5 and 6, and then episode 7 and 8 as their own threads. Like it's
the
we'll get it figured
separation
out.
of the separate. You're right in that, and I get that point. Looking at the way Andor season 2 was done, Andor was greatly reduced in its time flow, and so they separated the episodes to isolate major story arcs that would also separate chunks of time between the events that happened in season 2. And it was very calculated, and it worked. It worked fabulously. That release schedule worked because it was also built around the narrative.
It was a lot, but the arcs really worked for Andor across the board. But this is brutal. That first 4 episodes is going to be brutal, but
it's
that's
brutal.
an arc. I guarantee the end of episode 4 is like, well, I know what I think it is. It's the end of the
Well, listen.
that's when the One Ring's getting done, I
No,
think.
that's got to be episode 8. They're gonna save that moment
Yeah.
for the
No,
final.
no way. No way.
Oh my
I need it
gosh.
before then.
It's going to be episode 4.
Well, on
my
behalf
goodness.
of
Okay. We'll
myself
take
and
bets on
all
that.
the influencers, Amazon, if you're watching, I want you to listen to me. Send us screeners a week in advance.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We'll all sign NDAs. But it'll allow us to do our moderation jobs and our content creation jobs a lot nicer. If you're gonna drop 4 episodes at once, please send screeners out so your favorite people can be in the right space.
I'll be
of
taking
mind.
off work for Thursday, Friday, whatever. Like, I'm booking off work to clock into my job at the Rings of Power Factory, the show factory.
All right, final
Absolutely.
reveal of the show, folks, on Rings of Power. Here we go. This is on display at the party. It is officially Sauron's gauntlet, and he does wear the One Ring exactly where we saw it on the banner.
Who took that photo?
Who's that handsome guy in the reflection?
Look at that handsome beard. No
Is
ball
that
cap
is that a
on it.
Varking?
Look,
I
Who is
didn't.
that? I think it is.
I just had the hair slicked back.
Oh,
Look at
No.
the depth of shadow right there. Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
What-
It's
what-
just a
A
What a
chiseled
stud.
feature.
Oh my.
I could only do this because we were let in first at the party and there was nobody else around it yet.
Wait, was this at the party?
This was at the
Yeah.
party.
Oh, I
and
totally missed that.
So folks, I have to ask, was the ring around his finger a mistake, or was it a spoiler on the
I think the
banner?
ring in his hand wasn't actually there. I think they're manipulating the photo. I believe you can't really see it behind me. Yeah, you know what? Hold on.
All right,
and Justin, we gotta bring up the picture of Anarion also.
the chat
didn't
room
do that.
wants to look at stupid sexy Anarion who holds his
You
sword
see this?
like a dork.
You see this photo
Oh.
here?
Oh
Yeah.
my.
That's not in his hand in the show.
Yeah, this just added for the promo.
He's like this, and then he just drops all the rings at one time. But in the promo, he's got a fancy ring he's holding, and I think that's similar to that one. He probably
Right.
has a shot, maybe his hand sideways or something, and they flipped it to make it look like he's holding the one while wearing the one. And I think the one he was wearing was the correct one.
So you don't think you don't think that my theory that Sauron makes 2 rings, one for him, one for Galadriel, is real?
Oh, am I the only one that can answer that?
I don't know. I guess no one else agrees with me.
I was typing on my loud keyboard, so.
Oh, you purposely didn't hear that?
No, I heard it. I think. Yeah, no, I
never
don't agree.
know.
I don't think that theory is real.
You never know.
All right, there's our boy Anarion, who
Look, he looks cool as hell, A. And B, this is something, so the sword is sheathed and he's just balancing it. Like, this isn't a weird AI Photoshop job. He's literally just balancing it.
he's the
Wait, I
cooler
need
brother.
something.
He's the
Okay,
cooler
hold
brother.
on.
Let's be real.
I'm gonna try this.
He does
Mine
look
is not
really
gonna be
cool.
perfectly balanced, but
You know what? He's giving me Sir Kristen Cole vibes.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
He really is.
okay.
All right, what do you got
Mine
going
won't
on?
be perfectly balanced. Okay, hold on.
It's close
It
enough.
balanced for a second. It balanced for a second.
And that's all you need for a picture.
That's all you need
Yeah.
for the shot.
Hold on. I'm gonna do it.
Tariel would be balanced.
But yeah, I mean, he looks really, really cool.
It did it.
Like this.
It balanced.
He does look
Everyone
cooler than
saw
a
that,
silver
right?
right now.
Yeah, that's
Everyone saw
very
that.
nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Northie. Northie's the best. Okay. Justin, I need you to share this post.
Oh, we got more to share. More to share.
It has to do with this. I mean, Anarion, come on. This guy looks amazing.
It's great
I'm so
to finally
excited for
see this
him.
character. Finally, to see this guy in Middle Earth. It's so
all right.
nice.
We've got
Okay,
breaking
I'm posting
news
it.
from Amazon. Let's bring this up on screen. Update: a representative from Rings of Power gave
Honestly,
me
it's always funny to me.
some background on this. Apparently, Anarion is a keen swordsman, and he really is just balancing his sword on his shoulder. So no AI, just a very odd picture. Hopefully, Anarion is a likable new character.
Hold on, I have to ask Varking if it's okay if I say this first.
You got spoilers? You guys withholding spoilers from us?
No, it's not a spoiler, I promise. I sent you the picture you can pull up and then no. Okay, fine. You can
No?
Google who wrote this article and printed this retraction on your own then. You can figure out
somebody
where
who's
this came from.
not a fan of the show.
And yeah, I
All
won't,
right.
I
I'm just
won't
trying
say
to keep
anything.
positive vibes.
Positive vibes.
Yes.
All right.
So you can pull up the picture that I sent you.
I can pull up the picture. All right. Here
Yes,
we go.
thank you. Come on.
What a good looking family.
This is so good. This casting is so good.
You know what? They could be brothers. That's really, really
Yeah.
good casting. They could be easily genetic family. Easily. I can see that.
Is Anarion supposed to be older than Isildur or younger?
So he's supposed to be younger. Isildur's supposed to be older, but I think that Isildur gives big younger brother energy in the show and in the books. But we barely know anything about Anarion.
I agree because doesn't Anarion found Gondor and that becomes the city of men?
Yeah, and then it's Honor. He does, and I mean, Isildur founds Minas Ithil, which gets overtaken. So they have their little twin cities.
On each side of the river.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll go with younger brother for Anarion, the middle child. So yeah, I just think this is incredible generational casting here from this family. It would be lovely if they had like a little flashback with, well, it would also probably be devastating with their mother to see that, but to see like where these genetics come from, because it's like you can see where they come from Elendil, but to see their mother, if they like cast that too, I think would be very cool, because this is just they look great.
Quick flashback. All right, we've got a few minutes left in the show. I wanted to share everybody what happened at Comic-Con real quick. Look at these beautiful canvas bags. This is very rough canvas right there. It says Middle Earth, and you know what was inside those canvas bags? Yes, the official wooden Prancing Pony mug. That is real wood and real leather. Did all of you here on the chat get to hold one of these and pick one up at the convention?
It's so cool.
I saw it.
I held it when you had it at the party.
That's right. I walked around. So we got these in. They were supposed to come in last week, but the U.S. Customs and the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, had to review it at the border. So they came in on Friday night. So came in kind of 3 days after Comic-Con had started. So when I got them in on Friday night, I wanted to make sure that these mugs worked as advertised. So I walked around with a full cup the entire night. People thought I was drinking too much. I was just filled with ice water because I wanted to make sure the mug didn't leak. But I walked around the whole party with the mug full of ice water, and it did not leak at all. These are wonderful, wonderful mugs, and we might have some left. I have a couple boxes remaining, so we're figuring out what to do with the rest of these mugs, but they do work.
So you're saying you didn't drink your fancy ales?
No, I just had a big.
He never gets my jokes.
No, I didn't. No. What else happened? Folks, did you see this? This was Jackson Robinson of King's Wild Project. This was his exclusive print. Yes, that is gold foil on a letterpress, a copper plate letterpress printing of Tom Bombadil. Seeing these in person is more incredible than you can imagine. Yes, the gold is shiny. Of course, the One Ring is shiny. It's signed by Jackson. Jackson Robinson, of course, creates all the Lord of the Rings playing cards, and he was at Comic-Con not only selling these cards, but promoting his new Hobbit deck, which you can pre-list on Kickstarter right now. If you go to Kickstarter.com and search for Jackson Robinson or King's Wild, you'll see the Hobbit deck. It's launching in a few weeks' time, and you know you're going to want to pick up a deck of cards.
He was in our chat earlier at the start of the show. Yes,
that's what I was going to call out.
Yep.
Big Trooper was in here early, communicating with the folks. It's always nice to see.
Awesome,
Fabulous.
Man. I'm producing the show, and I sometimes miss some of our chatters, folks. This is my most prized possession. Do you know what this is?
Bear McCreary's signature on the Rings of Power FYC thing that you got.
That's right. This, folks, is a season 1 for your consideration booklet. This is what the booklet that they mailed out and gave out to Academy members in order to get nominated for the 6 nominations that it got. And I happen to have one. These are hard to get. They're hard to find. They pop up on eBay once in a while. And Bear McCreary himself did a signing at our booth with his brand new album, The Singularity. There's a brand new article in the LA Times today about his new album. But Bear McCreary and his wife, Rhea, were both signing at our booth. And that was so charming. So thank you, Bear McCreary. And then, of course...
Did they say anything about season 3?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Working, didn't you sit next to him? Or was that someone else?
No, that would be, I believe, T and Matt were sitting over him. That's like the bigger influencer area. So like it was easier for Bear to like find them. He and his wife. I was on the very end, so I could see where you were in the pit.
Could you see me?
Yes, I could. I tried waving to you and Keaton a couple times, and then I got to take pictures with folks who were cosplaying as Durin and Disa.
Justin, are you trying to do something?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the photo that you're referencing.
Not a photo. You can't have my screen.
What?
What?
It says you're
what are you
trying to bypass my security and take my screen sharing.
Oh, I'm not trying to do anything like that. What are you talking about? Oh, I do have this photo. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen here.
You can do it.
Look at this, folks. This is from the party. I want to Matt, Nerd of the Rings, in the foreground. T with Tolkien, and Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, monopolizing Charlie's time. They wouldn't let him get any photos with the girlies. There was a whole line of 20 women waiting to get their get
T
a
got a
selfie
picture with
them.
him.
T
I
got
didn't.
a picture with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I bumped shoulders with him, but it was so late in the night that it felt like I have been blessed with enough access to these folks that it was time for other people to be able to get conversations with them and get
That's
to
such
interact
a
with
great
these guys.
mentality to have. Thank you, Varking.
Plus, I was
Varking,
tired.
yeah, you were so kind and introduced me to Ismail, and he was so lovely. So
Here's the
thank you for
picture from
that.
inside Hall H. Yes, that is Bear McCreary sat next to Matt and T
and
Kelly
T.
Happy Hobbit, and they both oohed and awed. So I wonder if I wonder if these three got the goods on what.
Can you share a picture that I'm in?
Do you have one? Did you send me
There's
one?
one on.
You're gonna have to DM me it. I'm tired of looking for stuff.
Oh my god. Okay, fine.
So there, that Bear McCreary.
How fabulous.
Bear McCreary.
I did have
signing.
The highlight of my con, outside of getting to meet everybody and say hey and do all the cool things that we did. I want people to know. I won't name them, but somebody in the cast gave me the world's greatest.
Do you want me to send the picture?
Cheek. The greatest. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it, so I don't.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
But you can put two and two together.
What happened here, Barking?
Just the world's greatest actor, Owain Arthur. The one guy I'll put above Aaron Pierre at the moment. We again, just for the record, because I repeatedly tried to dodge the actors at the party so that they can have time with other people who don't get the time with them. But while I was standing off to the side, somebody was kind enough to come up to me and said, "Barking." And I was like, "What's up?" Owain Arthur's right over here, and he's demanding to speak to you. So then I went over and had like the greatest 4 minutes of conversation in my life. Moment I'll never forget. I'm trying to get Amazon to approve a post featuring the two of us, but I want to use funny hashtags, not the hashtags that they might want, because I just think mine are better. But we'll work with it.
Isn't that great?
We'll work with it.
Folks, what's going on here?
I don't know. He kept shrinking. I don't know why he was doing that, but it was hilarious.
It looks like you're about to throw him in the pool. You're like, are you guys getting out of the pool or something like that?
No, he was very tall, and T was taking a picture, and he was like, I think T was like, "You're too tall," and then he was shrinking, and then he just kept going, and so then I had to start shrinking, and it was very funny.
I do have to say though, since this is your first Comic-Con, it is very unusual to get into a VIP party on your first Comic-Con. So Rings of Power really hooking up the fans this year with all of this access. It's pretty charming, actually.
Yes, I'm so grateful for the experience that I had.
And folks,
truly blessed.
I was going to ask you, how would you rate the overall experience you had, Jess? How would you rate that?
A gajillion. Beyond my anything I could have expected. And this picture that I did take of the crew, this is the full gang.
Harry, a Fellowship of Fans, Barking at Green Lanterns Pod, me, Alan from Prancing Pony, and Clifford Broadway.
Oh,
and I wish I didn't see Corey. He was inside, probably talking lore with someone.
Streaming.
And then Matt showed up too, and I know Belmont was there. And then my friend from another chat, David the Noldo, was apparently there, and I didn't even get to say hi. And because I haven't met him before, but I'm in a couple Discords with him, so I was kind of bummed about that. I didn't realize he was there.
By the way, I just found this one when I was unpacking. So this is the official wooden Prancing Pony mug, Comic-Con exclusive. It's got Middle Earth Enterprises at the bottom, made of wood and leather. And this is the War of the Rohirrim movie theater popcorn bucket version. And look how much bigger the wooden thing. This Stein makes you feel like a little hobbit. I mean, it's so much bigger. And it holds so much more of your favorite beverage. So these are the real deal.
Just let me see more pictures.
That's so great.
And then
I would love to share more pictures and memories, but I'm afraid that I have to go, and I want to say my good night to everybody. But you guys continue to show some amazing photos.
Well,
Jessica, I'm so glad you got
one
to
more thing so
be
Cliff
there
can walk
and
us
be
out.
part of it.
But we're happy to report that Middle Earth Script
Oh.
to Screen, we sold out of it. Cliff, you sold the last one of the whole
did.
weekend, and
did,
I got
yes.
mine. I got mine signed by. Where's that? By Kelly Rice and Sir Richard Taylor signed my book.
Ooh,
and
wonderful.
These were a
Richard
hot
Taylor's
item.
lovely.
These were a hot item. It's been out of print for 6 years. We were happy to bring them back to Comic-Con, and thanks to Weta Workshop for hosting
Okay,
the
just show the
panel.
pictures really fast.
So
Just show them really
Let Cliff
fast.
do
We have
his
3
thing.
minutes, and
Let
Cliff
Cliff
has
do
to
his
go.
thing.
You guys go ahead. I'm just going to
No,
be able
I
to
don't
say
wanna
goodnight.
No,
spend too
You
that's
guys
much
keep
it.
time.
That's
showing
it.
photos.
We
Never
got no
mind.
more
Cliff, do your
pictures.
thing.
You got to do it.
I sent you 2.
All right, that's it, Cliff. That's Comic-Con.
It was an extraordinary experience, but for me, it was only 24 hours. The most uncomfortable floor that I've ever slept on at the hotel, and one beautiful sleepless night to remember it all by. I'm really touched by bumping into so many people, old school staff members, original staff members from the OneRing.net who've been with us since the year 2000. And I bumped into them. There was Thorongil, and there was Green Dragon, and there was so many wonderful people, including all the new folks who joined us, like Harry and T and Matt, Nerd of the Rings. Everybody was there. It was just a great time. And Jessica, congratulations. Well done that you got to do it and do it right for your first time at
Thank you.
Comic-Con. So wild.
It really means a lot. I mean, it's an experience I'll never forget, and that I'm extremely blessed and privileged to be able to experience. So thank you, everyone who
Heck yeah.
helped make it happen. Like,
Yes.
I will treasure the memories forever.
And
Like,
too
I
bad
don't take it for granted.
No, it's gonna, and there's more to come. More great things yet to come. Varking, fabulous to have you with us on the show, as always. I'm so sorry, Jessica, that I didn't get to sing for
It's
you that
okay.
night.
It's
but
okay.
I got to a wildly embarrassed stage of singing for everybody at Werewolf later that night, and I think those stories will still linger longer than I care for them to. But that's part of the joy of doing it. Good night, everybody, and good luck. I want to thank you again for being part of Torn Tuesday. Please follow us at the One Ring Net on all of our socials and join our Discord. It's an amazing place to be. So much conversation and wonderful creative fans. Congratulations to you, Justin, in particular, for such a hard-working effort. All that effort and all those hours you put in to make magic happen for everyone at the Torn booth.
It's not
at the
just
One
me.
Ring
We
Net.
had the full support of Middle Earth Enterprises and, of course, Green Dragon
Yes.
and the whole staff of the One Ring. And the fact that Amazon got all of our friends to come to Comic-Con. Anna Maria came in from London and people from everywhere
Yes.
else. So
Yes,
it
she
was a
did.
team effort all around to make this the most Lord of the Rings con I can remember.
Yes, so fabulous. Thank you to everyone in the chat. You guys are the very best. And thanks for everything. We'll be back here next time, once again, 5 p.m. Pacific time, for another episode of Torn Tuesday. So take care of yourselves, everyone, and be good to one another, because we're all we've got. And it is encouraging, really, that we have each other's backs. So good to be with all of you. And thanks for everything. I love you all. Good night and good luck. Or perhaps buenos noches y buena suerte. Bye-bye, everybody.